Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over a premium hard question in the database category that I just solved on my own. So I'm super happy about this and I'm very glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance. So let's go over it and let me show you how I did it. This is question 1972, first and last call on the same day. So basically what they're asking you to do is to report the IDs, all the user IDs of the first and last calls on any day that have the same person. And they're counted regardless of being the caller or recipient. This description is a little bit confusing, but basically if you look at the example, notice that we care about each, for all the call times, we want to record the caller and the recipient ID. And then we care about, for each caller ID, the exact timestamp and the date. So basically, what we're going to do is create a default dictive type list, and we're going to track for all the call times, all the IDs of the callers and recipients. So let's go ahead and do that first. So caller ID, recipient ID is caller ID of I, calls recipient ID of I. So D of C dot append CID and D of C dot append RID. Okay, so now for the first and the last, so let's create another list and let's go ahead and call this so days, and we can just say days of, and the day itself is just string C dot split of 0 because we don't want the whole timestamp itself. So we can just say, and this is important because we're going to want the day and we're going to want to append the precise timestamp. So the same thing with the RID. Okay, so let's go through our dictionary and let's call this now. Let's print K and now. Recipient ID. Okay, so this is going to be important because what we're going to do for each day is look at the first and the last timestamps. So let's go ahead and actually make another default dictive type list. And let's go ahead and say C or G of day dot append C, G day dot sort. Okay, so for K and G, let's print K and now is G of K. So we're going to be concerned with the first and last timestamps. So let's print K first and last. Okay, so now we're concerned about, let's go ahead and print D of first and D of last. Okay, so notice that if they're the exact same and when we sort them, they're the exact same, then we just want to include those in the answer. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a list called answer. So if sorted D first is sorted D last, then we're going to go ahead and actually extend D first, extend D last. And we're just going to turn this from a list into a set, from a set into a list, from a set back into a list. Okay, so let's print answer. Okay, cool. So now we can create the data frame and set the user ID equal to answer. and then just return it. Okay. And obviously that's not correct because let's go ahead and go over the, let's go ahead and print K and print K and now. So notice how, actually let's go ahead and go through days instead. So let's, for, I don't even know what to call this anymore. Let's key in days. Let's print key and days key. Okay, so if length of days key is equal to 1, that means the caller only had one call on that day, right? Because that's part of the composite key. So what that means is we're just going to append key of 0, which is the user ID, because they only had one call, so it has to be the same from the first to the last. Okay, let's go ahead and submit this. Okay, almost there. So let's go ahead and see what we're missing. We're missing 2. So let's print D first, D last. Okay, so D first, D last. Let's see what's going on. Do we have this correct? D of first. Yes, that should be correct. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so let's print K and now. Let's see. So 2, for example. Let's print K first last. Okay. Let's do that. So, okay, so I guess all of those also need to be included. So let's just say answer dot extend D first, extend D last. But then that's not correct. So there's maybe something. They have to be the same day though. That's weird. So we're using days. Oh, so here, let's print days key. Let's not do that. Okay, so okay, so let's call this first last. Do this as well. Let's print D first and D last. Okay, so you can see that same thing, if sorted D first is equal to sorted D last, then also we want to append key of 0 because that's the actual ID itself. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and run this. Submit it. And there you go. Passes all test cases. So again, I'm super happy that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance and solve it completely on my own. So that's it for this video, and thank you for watching.